This used to be an overgrown, underutilized backyard, and now it contains a brand new 138 square meter home with room for 2 more. They're about to pick up this house, move it to there. On lot 2 here, we've driven these timber piles. They went down 4 meters. I'm Josh, a builder here in New Zealand, and in this video we'll talk about the process from start to finish. We'll dive into some of the building and design details, and stick around to the end of the video where we'll show you the finished product. You can see here from the original plan there was a 95 square meter home on a 1,016 square meter section. You can also see that right at the back there is a sewer main going through the section, and this is not uncommon in Central Upper Hutt where we're building. You'll either find the sewer in the middle of the road or right at the back of your property. Right at the footpath, it's 49.5 meters above sea level, and the majority of the site all the way to the back is like only 300 mils higher than that. Pretty much flat across the entire site. This makes it ideal for building. We love a flat site in Central Upper Hutt. We've got Moores Valley piles and movers on site, and they're about to pick up this house, move it to there, and then we're going to build 1, 2, 3 new builds in the backyard. The crazy thing is we actually had to pick the house up and pull it backwards to repile all of lot 1, and then on these huge big rails it slid forward, dropped down. That was then in its place. So subdivision services went down in May 2023, and it wasn't until a whole year later, May 2024, where we actually got to work as a building company. Here you can see the foundation plan for a 65 square meter concrete slab that has driven piles throughout. You can see the layout of the piles and the pods. You can also see where we're putting a garage door rebate, and you can see a post in the top left corner here, and that's because the upper floor actually extends out past the slab area. So the second story is larger than the first story, and you can see here that a 180mm PVC beam lands on that post and takes all of that floor load. So on lot 2 here, we've driven these timber piles. They went down 4 meters, believe it or not. And so then they all get cut, and they have to be 50 mils into the slab, rebar goes in them, and then they do a normal riprap slab on top. That all gets tied together. We pour concrete tomorrow morning. So concrete slab goes down, and this is a really exciting moment for the build. You know what else we need to see go down? The amount of you that aren't subscribed to NZ Builder. 78% aren't subbed. What are you doing? Go ahead, click the subscribe button so you don't miss out on future videos like this. Now that you've subscribed, we can take a look at the floor plan. We have 65 square meters downstairs, 73 square meters upstairs for a total of 138. There is a single garage to the northeast side of the property and a large open plan living dining kitchen to the west. This means that this part of the property will catch that afternoon and evening sun. As well as a downstairs loo, there's a nice big storage cupboard giving you access to under the stairs. Moving on upstairs, we have 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and a walk-in wardrobe, and a large storage cupboard upstairs to hide all those pesky things you need but don't want to see. So frames come to site and they get dropped off in a pack, and we start to peel those out. We stand lower level frames, brace them up, and then we move on to our mid-floor. You can see here that the mid-floor is made up of 290 by 45 joists, that is 12x2 for you guys overseas, and they are at 400 centers. Before we move on to upper level frames, we put up a scaffold, and this helps us work, keeps us safe, and we'll need it when we do the roof as well. You can see here that the roof is catching a total area of 93 square meters. It is a 25-degree pitch and is mainly made up of ridges with 2 valleys. The whole entire roof has a 450mm overhang. This is a really solid traditional design. Whenever you have the roof wider than your building, it is one of the best ways to protect it from all of that rain we collect here in Upper Hutt. Next we move on to building wrap. We tape up all our openings. We can then do wands bars. We do cavity battens. And now we can put in our windows. Once we have a head flashing above the window and this has been taped up, we can now book in a pre-clad inspection with the council. They come along, tick the box. We're now good to crack on with cladding. On this one here, it's a mix of Hardy's linear running horizontally and Hardy's linear oblique running vertically. Last thing we need to do before we drop the scaff is get it painted and get it inspected again by the council. Plumber and Sparky come in, do their little bits on the vents, and we are now good to drop the scaffold. This is a huge milestone on site. It is officially what's called closed in and is a massive achievement. Now we can move on inside and we start with a pre-wire and a pre-plumb. We put insulation in the walls. We make sure that everything for the heat pump is sorted, and now we're ready to line the walls. You can see here a bracing plan. The bracing plan is making sure that the building doesn't sway side to side. Believe it or not, plasterboard's approved as an brace here. We've also got some plywood in the back of the garage, and I also believe that the weatherboard locks it up nice and tight. Once this has been inspected by the council, we can crack on with plaster, finishing trim, paint, and it's well and truly feeling like a home. This is the stage where all of the client's choices come to life. We'll install the kitchen cabinets, the stone bench gets measured, carpet goes down as well. While we're doing our last bits and pieces inside, we move outside and we start preparing the driveway and any landscaping. On this one here, the client was in charge of the fences either side. Our main job was to complete the driveway to the specifications in the subdivision documents. The main thing here the council is concerned about is that all of the water is pulling away from the building and being sent to a stormwater drain on site instead of to other people's properties or the road. Now that that's all done, let's go back inside and take a look at the finished build. Hey, if you're still watching at this point, I just want to say thanks so much. If you're a core supporter and I want to come up with a name, we're thinking like Smoko Squad or Finishing Squad or The Finishers. Basically, you know, you're the one who will watch any one of these videos start to finish. And because of that, we want to reward you two ways. First up, Andrew, the owner of this development, is coming in to talk to us next week. So chuck all your questions about this development and this build and the process below, and we will run those past Andrew and make a deep dive video just for you. And second thing, I want to start introducing a motivational minute to the end of these videos. So in this job here, one of the things that stuck out to me is the power of persistence. There was never one big win or one big milestone where it all came together. It was honestly a continuation of the owner, my team, and the teams we worked with continuing to chip away at the problems this site threw us. And that's a bit like things we take off in life. Someone was asking me about this channel and they said, what was the one big video that pushed you? And there's never been one video. For me, it's been the power of showing up week by week. And some of those weeks are amazing and there's big results. It's like on site. Sometimes you put up frames and you got so much visual progress to show. Other times, you spend an entire day doing stupid brace tie downs and no one even knows that they're there. But the most important thing is you've done something important that is there and it will stand the test of time. And so this is like taking on a project, starting something new, making changes in your life. It is not going to be a one-hit wonder. It is literally show up every day. Sometimes you have massive results, sometimes you have minimal results. But the culmination of showing up every day means that over a set period of time, in this case here, 2.5 years, a project comes to life, ends up being completed. We can all stand back and be proud of what we've achieved.